Good morning, my crafty friends. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Dara Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. Today is Coffee and Create Saturday, and it is December 7th, 2024. So welcome to my craft room. Thank you so much for being here. So I have a little bit of a twist on Coffee and Create Saturday for the next 3 weeks, because I wanted to share with you projects that will make great last minute gifts, and maybe gift holders and packaging that you can use for the holidays. And you don't only have to use them for the holidays. Actually, you can use them for any occasion that you would give gifts for. So I had planned on having a pre-recorded video or videos to share at least for a part of the time that we're here over the next 2 or 3 weeks. But today I was not able to get the video portion working in a way that I thought would be the best for sharing with you. So I decided to jump on and recreate the project for you live. So here we are. Welcome to Coffee and Create Saturday. By the way, I am filled up with French vanilla coffee. It's nice and warm. So I hope you have your warm drink with you today as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started creating. We did a little bit of chatting, and like I said, for the next couple of weeks, we may share a card in our crafting session, but we'll also have something useful that you can use your stash to recreate. So you can use up some of that paper. All right, so let's go ahead and get started talking about what we're going to use today. I selected a stamp set that has sentiments, because that's what I'm using today. We don't have a lot of stamping, and you actually have seen this one relatively recently. It is called The Peaceful Season, and I wanted a Christmas sentiment, so I chose this stamp set. I'm actually not sure which one, but I think I'm going to use that Peace and Joy there. I think that's going to be the one that I'll use. So I have the Peaceful Season. By the way, let me tell you that the Peaceful Season is, I believe it's on our Last Chance list, which is now out. So Last Chance is a retiring list, and there's a little bit more about it in an email that I sent recently. If you're not on my email list, you'll want to get on there so you have an insider information on the happenings, and I'll have a link in the description so that you're able to join my email list if you would like to. But this, I am confident, is on the Last Chance list. So there's some really cool dies that go along with it. We're not using the dies. I only picked this morning for the sentiment, but I did want to let you know that. So we won't take a look at it in the catalog. And then also, I'm going to be using, in terms of paper, because today's focus is paper, I have pulled out some regular basic white, so we're going to need that. Oh, good morning, Julie. Yes, I do like the stamp set, and the dies are really cool. I've been playing with them for a little bit. But yeah, good morning. Welcome to my craft room. Thank you for being here. I also have Night of Navy, which I don't think I've used in a while, so I'm excited. I purposely chose that when I saw the designer series paper that I picked out for today. So I do also have a scrap of gold. There's a little glue on it, but I have a scrap of gold. I think we're going to be using that also. And the designer series paper is the Regal, let's see, it's Regal Winter. Let me put that up so you can see it. Regal Winter 12 by 12. Good morning, Marie. Good morning. Welcome, welcome to my craft room and coffee and create. Thank you so much for being here, Marie. I know you're not drinking coffee, so you're gonna have to tell me what you're drinking this morning. I am drinking coffee. Julie might be drinking tea or coffee. I'm drinking French vanilla coffee. It's very good, by the way. Very good. I'll take a sip. Yes, it tastes as good as the last one. All right, we'll take a really quick peep at the designer series paper that we're using. So that you can see, we have a duplicate there, but so you can see the patterns. This top pattern is wild wheat. A lot of my customers have not been a fan of wild wheat, but I don't know, it's growing on me. So, oh, Diet Coke for Marie. And Julie, iced tea. Yes, I had a sneaky suspicion. And I should have remembered Marie's Diet Coke too. I used to be a Diet Coke gal. All right, and then let's flip this over really quickly. We'll take a look at the reverse side. Oh, this reverse side actually I thought was the front side, but yeah, some muted patterns with light design on them, intended to coordinate with the opposite side. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan when the sides are not competing, because then my decisions can be made more easily. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll pull these two Night of Navy out because I knew that I wanted to use the Night of Navy pattern. We'll put this aside and I'll reassemble it later. All right, so that's what we have in terms of paper. I'll decide on the, you guys can help me decide while I'm chatting. Do you like the piece of designer series paper that doesn't have the white in the floral pattern, or do we like the white? I don't know, that this one's kind of bold. I think I'm feeling that. All right, and then finally we're going to be using the Stylish Shapes dies, because remember, the only stamping that we're going to be doing is a sentiment. So I am choosing the 3 shapes in the middle. We're only going to use 2 of them, but I can't decide how large I want the actual die cut that we're stamping on to be. I think more than likely we're going to be using these 2. And then you can kind of, here, let's pull it out so I can show you. If you have this die set, at least this way you can kind of see the ones that I think we're going to be using. So they would be the center 2. But if the smaller of the 2 is too big, I'll move down 1. So I took all 3 of these just to be on the safe side. I'm confident we don't need anything that big. And we don't need the smallest of the small. All right, so I'll stick this back in the sleeve. There are other shapes from the Stylish Shapes on the opposite side of that. And then I'll stick these right on the cover and we'll pull them out when we're ready to use them. But for now, I'll put them aside and we can get started cutting. I'm a little later than I wanted to be. So don't forget that when we are live here, I love to chat with you. So please leave a comment or chat with me while we're creating. If you like what we've created, give a thumbs up. And if you're watching on YouTube, I would be super excited if you would hit the subscribe button and give me a like. Thank you so much. Did I tell you that I'm going to be sharing these types of projects with you for the next 3 weeks? The plan was at least to have a video or 2, but if I find that the quality of the videos aren't, you know, if they're subpar and I don't like them, I will probably just show up here and create with you live. And to be honest, I like that better. I thought that doing a video might help you if you are in the swing of holiday shopping and that kind of thing, so you didn't have to be committed to the live. I personally like being here with you live better. So, all right, let's get busy. I'm a chatty Cathy today. I did actually bring an embellishment. I'm not sure that we're going to be using it, but let me show you. Good morning, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had good grandbaby snuggles too. I am jealous of you. My babies are far away in Texas, so you'll have to get some snuggles for me too. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome. So these are the Regal foiled adhesive back dots, and if you can see right there in the middle, there is that blue that will go along with Misty Moonlight or Night of Navy, and for that reason, I have pulled both of the inks out, and I'll decide when we're ready to stamp which one we'll use, but I love these two colors of blue. And then finally, I do have the Sprig Punch. We're gonna probably use that with the gold paper that I brought out. So let's go ahead and put that aside. All right, so let's get cutting. I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and we need it to be 8.5 by 8.5. So we already know that it's 8.5, it's a full sheet. So I'm gonna turn it and put the long side, the long edge against the trimmer, and we'll cut it at 8.5, and that way we'll have our 8.5 by 8.5 square. Oh, Michelle, good, good, good. I am so happy for you, Grandma. I'm happy for you. I love the littles. Grandbabies are so, aren't they just so lovey and special? You get to be the person that gives them all the love, and you don't have to really do the other parts. Mom and Dad can do that. So I love that about being a grandma. All right, so we're gonna slide this down to 8.5, and I'll cut it. So now let me say this 8.5 by 8.5 square, we're gonna get 2 cards out of this. Oh, good morning, Patty. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my craft room. I appreciate that you guys are here. I am secretly happy that, not happy that I had technical errors with the video, but I'm happy to be here with you. I look forward to this every week. So, okay, so we have our 8.5 by 8.5 square. It's going to make 2 cards for you, okay, because we are going to put this, let's see, do I have it in a good place? We're gonna put this in the trimmer on the diagonal, and we're gonna cut it into 2. So if you have a Stampin' trimmer, it makes it really easy for you. I love this tool. I know I say it to you every week, but I say it to you every week because I sincerely mean it. I do. It's one of my most utilized, probably the most utilized, aside from paper, in terms of tools, things that I have in my craft room. And so the cutting groove is here, and we're going to put the both opposite points right in the groove. Not a lot of technical skill needed for this. You're just going to put both of the points there, close the trimmer, and remember our Stampin' trimmer has a cutting blade and a scoring blade. My scoring blade is at the top, so I'm going to slice it right down the center, and we have 2 big triangles. So both of these are going to make, I think I said card. We are not making a card. I'm so used to making cards. If I say card, forgive me, because we're not making a card. We're gonna make a gift holder. A gift card holder, it can be a treat holder. So we'll see that. But so I didn't mean to say card if I said card. So you're gonna get 2 projects out of the one sheet. So we'll put the other triangle aside. We'll use it for later. And so we want the longest side of our triangle at the top of our trimmer. Let's move this so I don't get it in the way. There we go. And we're gonna give it a score at 4 inches and 8 inches, okay? So I am going to, I'm gonna pull this down. Let me show you what I'm doing. So can you see that the 4 is here? There's a lot of little lines above, and there's the line below. I can't tell when I put it all the way to the top exactly where the 4 is. I can kind of guess, and it doesn't really matter. If you're close enough, you're close enough, and I think that would be okay as long as you don't go over. But I'm going to try to bring it down here so it's closer to that 4. You see that? So I'm going to use that bottom line there. So if you have the Stampin' Trimmer, you may want to do that. I'm not going to go over the 4, and I'm going to try not to put my head in your way. And I'm going to go right up to that 4 line, and we're going to make a score. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the 8. We're going to go right up to the 8 and do the same thing. Oh, I lost that line at the 8, didn't I? Huh. Okay, I can see the 8, so I'm not going to go over it. Even if I go a smidgen below it, that's going to be okay. There we go. All right. So can you see what we have here? So that's it. That's all the cutting that we have to do. Oh no, I take that back. Let's go ahead and cut our designer series paper while we have the trimmer out, and that way we can put it away. Did you guys decide? I think I'm going to go ahead with the busier of the two. That actually matches my personality. Uh-oh. I like bright and busy things. I lost my paper on the side of me here. Okay. So we're gonna go with this, and we need a piece that is 3 7/8 by 6. So I'm going to start, I think, by cutting this 6 by 6, and then we'll cut it down to 3 7/8. So down the center I go. This is a 12 by 12 piece. And then we'll do that again, and we'll make it 6 by 6. So out of that piece of 12 by 12, if we needed to, we could have 4 6 by 6 pieces of paper. And then I'm going to cut this at 3 7/8. Now 3 7/8 is 2 of the very tiny lines before the 4. And the reason that I'm cutting it at 3 7/8 is because we're going to make a liner for our gift card holder. So let's get the trimmer put away. Oh, Michelle, yes, you and me both. I bought another pack, and I know it will be going away. We have the last chance list that's out already. So I think I might nab another pack before it gets sold out. By the way, our last chance list is out. I think I reminded you, but if I didn't remind you, I sent an email out about it. So I'll put a description, a link in the description above for my email list. If you're not on it, make sure you get on it so you know the happenings. But so can you see where this is going to fit? So let's go ahead and find our bone folder before we adhere this. And let's see. I think I lost my Stampin' Seal Plus. I did. I have it in back of me. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and fold and burnish on those score lines that we made. So let's get that Stampin' Seal Plus out of the way. We'll fold this in, make a nice burnish, and then we're gonna fold the other one in. And we'll make a nice burnish there as well. All right, you can already see it. Can you see it? Easy peasy, right? So we're gonna add some adhesive to the bottom of both of the wings that we've created. Does that make sense? So we'll put adhesive here and here. I I was going to use the Stampin' Seal Plus, but I might go ahead and use the liquid, multi-use liquid. But before I do, we're going to go ahead and attach our liner. So there will be a little bit of a border, and we wanted it just slightly smaller than the area that we made here so that our flaps will close without bending that paper. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and glue this down. Just add some Seal Plus here. And notice that I didn't put any at the extreme top because it's going to kind of hang over. But there's enough there to make sure that it's adhered. Here, let's be a little generous with it. And we'll glue this right down to the center. So I know that you guys have lots of paper in your stash, and the Coffee and Create sessions for the next 3 weeks are designed to help you use up your stash and plus make cute things that you'll be able to use for the holiday, not just for the holiday, but anytime that you have occasion to party or give gifts. All right, so we have this liner in. We need to get rid of the excess, right? Because we want it to match that peak that we created. So I'm just going to turn it over and grab my scissors and cut it right off. I'm just going to follow the edge there. Nothing super technical about that, right? And I think I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to that peak because we didn't do that. I didn't want to add a bunch of adhesive and have it get all over the place because I'm good at that. So I'm going to just lift this up a little bit, take my Seal Plus, add a little to the top here, and we'll glue that right down. Take my bone folder, make sure it's on there good. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is just close the bottom, and that's going to create the main part of our gift card, right? So that's the part that I'm going to use the liquid adhesive for. You don't need a lot of it. We're just going to need a thin bead of it. I always say that, and then I end up with more than what I intended, and I make a mess. And horrible to say, I have a silicone mat. I actually have 2 of them. I have no idea. I think they're probably wedged between my desk drawer and the end of my desk here. I use them on my mouse pad, and so they fall off. But anyways, I should actually use that silicone mat because no matter how hard I try, I'm a little bit messy with this liquid glue, but I love it. It adheres really well, and like I never have to worry about things falling apart. And it allows you to apply a much thinner layer of adhesive, right, than you could get with your tape runner. So that's why I like it. And it goes a long way. It goes a long way. All right. So here is the base. So now we do need to, I misspoke when I said we could cut this down because we do need a belly band. We're going to cut a belly band out of this. And so let me bring the Stampin' Trimmer back in. Let's put our bone folder away. I can't lose that. I love that thing. And we're going to cut this. Let's cut it at 1.5. That way we get a big statement with it. So we're going to cut a 1.5 inch strip from our Designer Series paper. And we'll cut it down to about 9 or 10 inches. Let's cut it down to 10. This is going to create a belly band. I almost forgot about that. I got ahead of myself. All right, now I think we're truly done with the Stampin' Trimmer for now. Let's bring Oh, thank you, Michelle. Let's bring our gift holder back in. And so when I make a belly band, I never score it. I just use my fingers to kind of burnish it a little bit, and then I'll use the bone folder after that. So I'm gonna put it a little bit over the center, and can you see I'm just kind of hovering where I want it to be. I'm gonna wrap it around with my fingers, just kind of give it a nice little bend there, and bring it right along to the other side. Oh, we could have made it a little shorter. I made it kind of long. That's okay. We can cut a little bit of it off. And then I like it up a little higher. We'll tack it into place when we get to that point. All right, and so then I'll slide it off. This is the point that I'll go ahead and burnish with my bone folder because I kind of know where I want the fold to be, right? All right, and then I'm gonna cut just a little bit of this off. It's kind of long, and we're not gonna see it anyways. Our sentiment is gonna go right over top of it, so it doesn't matter if it's exactly straight or not. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive along the edge of both sides that are facing me. No, that's not right. I'm going to put it on this side and then the reverse side here. Okay, so erase what I just said. And, oh, here we go. So I'm gonna put adhesive on this side. And then on the underside, we'll add some adhesive here. Have you guys been doing Christmas shopping? I've been doing most of my Christmas shopping on Amazon, if you celebrate Christmas. My family, because my grands and my daughter are in another state, it's easy to shop on Amazon and have the things shipped right to them. I never thought I'd say that. I'm a old-fashioned tactile kind of girl. I like to do things in person and touch them, but yeah, I am finding that convenient, I'll say. All right, so let's close this right up. And remember, this is gonna make our belly band. And so the side that we adhered together is gonna go right in the front. I'm gonna slide our gift card holder right back through the belly band. And you don't have to, but if you wanna tack your belly band down, you can put a little bit of, let's use a glue dot. Let's see. We'll use a glue dot. I'm gonna put it, not sure where oh, here we go. Let's get it. Here's my take your pick tool. We'll use that. All right, so I'm gonna turn this over. I'm gonna decide how far I want the belly band down, and I don't want it that high, but I do want it to kind of overlap the opening here. And then I'm gonna turn it over, take my take your pick tool, and I'm just gonna peel up a mini glue dot and stick this right underneath. There we go. That way it kind of keeps it where I want it to be. All right, the next thing we have to do is stamp our sentiment. So I am going to let's cut our die cuts first. And the part that we stamp on is going to be the basic white. So I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I love. I love, love, love it. It's so compact, and then the little, what would you call this, platform surface flips right down, so it stores really easily. And let's cut a piece of the basic white. We don't need a piece as big as we have, so I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. We only need it for the sentiment. So I'll cut enough off for that sentiment. And we'll bring in the stylish shape dies. Remember, we're using those. And I'm not sure which side we actually need. Oh, nice. Marie, you're almost done. Michelle, you are done and everything is wrapped. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, you're going to have to give me your tips because let me tell you, I will say that I'm more than halfway done, but this year I am not on the ball. And the funny thing is I do start early, but I feel like I've been so behind. I don't know. I envy you guys. You are amazing. All right. So this is how this sandwich is. Let me not get ahead of myself. There is a shim plate. We're going to put that in. And then we have our sandwich, our number 2 plates. Can you see that number 2? I am going to put the better side down because we've used this quite a bit and so it's warping. And then we'll put our paper down. So I'm not sure which of these two we're going to stamp the sentiment on. So I'm going to cut one of each and we'll figure it out in a minute. Just get my toolbox back out of the camera. You don't want to see that busy thing. There's lots in there. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with you guys. I don't have a single thing wrapped and I still have a lot of shopping to do. It's okay. But like I said, the Amazon makes it really convenient because that way I can ship to my littles. All right, the top plate goes on and I'm just going to kind of shove it in and start winding. There we go. Let's pull this right out. So we have our 2 white ones. We'll decide which is best or most suitable for our sentiment. And because of that, I'm also we're going to put the smallest one away, but the middle one we're going to use again in the largest because I'm not sure which one we need. And I'm going to take some of the extra Night of Navy and then we're going to cut again. So we'll put that larger one there and the smaller one there. Remember, we're going to make a little sandwich here. So our top bread, going to kind of shove it in and start to crank it. Oh, it's not in there good. I feel like I'm wobbly here. Let's try that again. Oh, I can't get it to wind. Oh, maybe it's because we're off here a little bit. Let's pull this back. All right. There we go. We're moving. Okay. Boy, that was a challenge. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm just kidding. Oh, Michelle, you're having surgery. I'm sorry. Is it going to be before Christmas? Hopefully if not, you'll have an early holiday. Celebrate a little bit earlier. I wish you well, my friend. And I hope you recover speedily. All right, so we'll put this away. And let's decide on sentiment. So this is what I've done. If we need the smaller one, then we have our layers there. And if we need the larger one, we have our layers there. And I wanted that peace and joy sentiment. There are several. Oh, you're so welcome. A new hip. Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. Heal soon. Family and friends. Hoping the season is bright and beautiful. Yeah, I think we're going to use that peace and joy. And so let's find that. I think I have too big of a stamping block for, oh yeah, this is kind of small. I don't know. Yeah, I think I like it in the smaller of the two. I wasn't sure. Let's see if I have a smaller block. I think this black will work. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment on the basic white. I'll save that because we can use it with a different sentiment later. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Night of Navy because that way I'm sure that it will pop. And we're just going to stamp our sentiment right down in the center here. There we go. Oh yeah, I think that was a good choice. Let's cover our ink up and we can finish up with our project. So we'll layer these 2 layers together. I have to be careful. For some reason, when I use Night of Navy, I always end up with it on my fingers and then it's all over the place. I don't know. This makes me nervous. But let's pop this right down. And then we'll grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. We just need one because this is kind of small. You see how small that little circle is? Let's grab a Stampin' Dimensional. And I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. Actually, we're going to use 2 of them. We'll put one at the top and one at the bottom. I'm pretty confident this layer is small enough to fit on that belly band without going over. Let's pull the adhesive back and then let's bring our gift card back in. Oh, thank you, Marie. Isn't it cute? It's very simple. We'll put this right in the center. Isn't that cute and fun? Super, super simple. So I brought the embellishment out, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, let's go ahead. We can put one on the bottom right below. Let's grab one. We'll put it on the bottom of the sentiment. That's something I like to do. Right here. So it's just enough, right? Yes, I love it. All right, and we'll put this away so we can preserve as many of them as possible. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I tell you, whenever I use my embellishment and gems, I am almost certain to end up at the grocery store or something with one stuck on the back of my arm. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you for that. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate that you're here with me, too. All right. Here's our final product. Isn't this cute? So now, remember I said that you could stick a gift card. So this could be a gift card holder. You know what else you could do with it? You could stick candies in here. It's even big enough, believe it or not, if you wanted to use it to add hot chocolate. You could stick a couple of mints in there or a candy cane. It would work for that. So we're using our stash. Thank you, Marie. We're using, or you could just fill it with candy even if you wanted. You know what else I think you could do? I'm not sure how tall silverware cutlery would be, but imagine this as you make your dinner table for Christmas, and you could maybe even fold a napkin and put it in there and put a fork and a knife and set that on everyone's plate. Wouldn't that be cute? Yeah, so this is project number 1. I hope you guys like it. It's easy enough to recreate. The video will stay here on Facebook, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube as well so you can see how to recreate it. Use up your stash, and it's useful, right? All right. Well, let's talk about what we used today. We'll do a recap, and then I'll let you guys get on with your weekend. And I am so envious of you that you have Christmas shopping done, for those of you that do. I have shopping to do. I'm not going to do any today, but maybe tomorrow. Like I said, I'm finding Amazon pretty convenient. I've been cheating, but it has been convenient for me. Okay, so the designer series paper that we use today, remember, is the Regal Winter. And by the way, oh yes, you're right, place cards. That's a great idea, Marie. And the colors are fantastic. It could just be winter. It doesn't have to be Christmas, right? The Regal Winter 12 by 12. Remember, this is going to be going away. If you need any of the products that you've seen today too, you can certainly still get them as long as they're in stock. So there will also be a link for my online store in the description above as well. So you'll be able to access that if you need to, or if you just want to look around for inspiration, that's there. So that's the designer series paper we use. The stamp set that we use, very versatile. Like I said, there are dies that go along with it, and they're really pretty. I actually should have brought them out as well so that you could take a look. But if you look back a couple of weeks, I think a couple of weeks ago, I think I showed them, so you'll be able to see them well. And they're in the catalog. I think the current seasonal catalog that's going to be ending soon, which is why we have the last chance list. Hey, there, by the way, are some good deals over in that last chance list. I haven't looked at it today. I didn't look at it last night either, but there was designer series paper that was $2.50, $3, $3.20. So some good deals over there too. So the Peaceful Season, that's what that's called. And then I used Night of Navy ink, and the embellishment that we used is the Regal foiled adhesive back dots. All right, you guys, thanks for switching gears with me. Here's our cute little holder that we made. Thanks for switching gears with me and allowing me to be here with you today. Like I said, I thought that today would be pre-recorded. Next week, I'm not so sure. I may just plan on being here with you again, I think. And then the following week will probably the final week of sharing for this series, where we're sharing ways to use up your stash and that are giftable too and inexpensive. That final week will probably definitely be a video, and I'll have a little bit more time to work on the technical side. All right. That was a lot to say, wasn't it? I love being here with you guys. Thank you so much. Time, our most precious commodity. You spent yours with me, and I am forever grateful. I never take you guys for granted. I'm super excited when you show up for me. And I like to show up. It keeps me showing up for you. How about that? All right. Well, have a great weekend. And if you have holiday shopping to do, I hope that you get that done. Or you could go in your craft room and make some last minute things. Come back, check the video out, get the dimensions, and make some stuff. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic weekend. And either way, I will see you next week. Bye-bye now.